Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. I almost said Sanctum 2 there, which would have been silly. Okay, now when last we were here, we had tracked down some rumors and discovered that there was a leaden key
Certainly.
spy in the sanitarium that was undermining their efforts. We have a couple other. The acolyte showed me a vision of an ancient tower in the derelict district of Defiance Bay. There was a strange man in the heart of the tower working on some kind of machine. I also saw a woman with a scar over her heart. I don't know where she is, but I suspect she holds the key to whatever happened there. Leaden Key was interested in this tower for a reason. I need to understand what it does if I'm to figure out their plans. We also have this is Deerford Village. Mysterious ruin somewhere outside of Deerford. The Leaden Key has sent operatives to find the site, though the purpose is unknown to me. Derelict District of Defiance Bay. I think that is the one that's in the Heritage Hill that we found. Um, what I want to do now, however, is look to see if I can. Hello. Look to see if I can sell enough to pay for to get the pay for that veteran army I need because of the jerk nobleman who wants to claim my my position as the master of Cape Noir. I'm also beginning to wonder if it's time to go venture down again into the next levels of the endless paths underneath. We haven't gotten any notes about being attacked from underneath, but the game does say that eventually you will be attacked from underground. I'm wondering if me clearing my way out all the way down to level 5 slowed that down, and if I should continue that trend. Okay.
Hey, Olaf, can I talk to you know, your friend?
Uh oh.
What is it about
Greetings.
Isomir? I'm right here, you know.
Oh, it got interrupted. Dang you! Beg your pardon, I have a message for you. You are summoned to Hadrit House, where Lady Webb wishes to meet with you as soon as possible. How much you can do in these parts without Lady Webb knowing about it, at least that's what I'd always heard. Guess it's true. How did you know where to find me? Well, it's Lady Webb. She knows everything. Tell me about this. Do you not know Lady Webb? Look at my face for a moment, please. Do you not see the really pale skin, the white hair? Oh, the white hair is underneath the helmet, I'll give you that. But do you not understand that I'm rather from the very far south where there is nothing but ice and snow? I'm sort of a foreigner. Well, no one's seen her exactly in a long time, but she's mistress of Dunreed Row. Has been for as long as anyone can remember. She's supposed to be old, older than anybody, and she never leaves her room. Wanna bet she's another soul stuck in an inanimate object? Some say she's wasted away and she's just a pile of bones kept animated by dark magics. She's still at it, best anyone can tell. Learning things, keeping us safe, pulling the strings behind the throne, too. It said it has a ring of ciphers doing her bidding, telling her everything that goes on. You do wrong in this country before you go asking the gods for forgiveness. You best ask Lady Webb first. And then she will go and visit Spider-Man and give him cryptic advice. A whole mess of ciphers run out of Hadrit's house. They make it their business to keep the peace, but we know this. We've dealt with them. But they don't like you to see them do it. We've helped them. Problems in the city have a way of going away on their own, and when that happens, you can make pretty good guess as to why. Where can I find Hadrit? Wait, we know this. It's just over there, my lady, the southwest corner of Brackenbury. Well, ew, so, okay. Very well. What is it about Islamir? I'm right here, you know.
No, you're both great. It's just, well, I feel like I don't get to spend as much time with her, and she's just so funny. I mean, some of the things she says
Are not nearly as funny when you've been hearing them for 50 years.
I just had this realization that I was just listening to Mercer talk to Mercer. Okay. Um, Okay, let's go to see what the... Is there a place here that I can sell stuff at? What is my money situation? I'm at 10,000 without even selling anything. Older road man. As you near the apparition, you are overcome suddenly by a powerful anxiety that sits like a stone in your stomach. The feeling is not quite real. The recollection of emotion rather than the emotion itself. It wrenches your insides nevertheless. The apparition's brow is tense, a look of concern playing across its face.
The other missionaries say you have been neglectful of your duties.
My mind has been elsewhere.
Oh? And what troubles you?
The pain in your stomach deepens, and you feel for a moment as though you are about to be sick. Your mouth has gone dry. Forgive me, Eminence. I wish to leave the order. The man folds his fingers together and presses them to his mouth, thoughtful.
You have been an apt student, and your convictions have inspired those around you. May I ask what has changed to make you feel this way?
The people we intended to convert, they committed unspeakable acts, sacrifices, mutilations. The apparition exhales slowly, its lips pressed together, a sympathetic rapport in its eyes. It places its hand on your shoulder.
These are the ways of the heathen world.
Surely the god would do better to destroy us all and start anew.
Perhaps they would. It may come to that one day. This is why we must not fail. The heathens are beyond the gods' reach. They do not know better. We are tasked with delivering them to the gods, so that the gods may heal their souls.
Such a thing possible?
I have seen it with my own eyes. You will see it too, if you choose to remain. There is no greater calling than the one we have chosen. Neither words, nor wealth, nor battle will end this suffering. Only the gods. Will you give them that chance?
So this is her past life was part of the Leaden Key. Very interesting. The knot in your stomach seems to loosen all at once. The anxiety is replaced with something else entirely. Something warm and soothing. It is something you know you can never repay. As the vision fades, you start to become cognizant of many odd looks directed in your direction. The last response echoes in your mind. So, she's remembering the Leaden Key back in older days when it was a more legitimate organization, and while still sounding fairly fanatical, not quite as fanatical as it is now. Um, I'm going to say a little bit fanatical because we are dealing with a fantasy world where the entities these people serve are real and exist. Um, my tendency on viewing gods in fantasy realms is to view them as very powerful entities rather than true gods because I'm a Catholic and there's only one in my mind. But and I tend to view it the relationship between a cleric and a fantasy type deity more as like employer employee or family to family or master to servant or depending on the relationship. If we were using the D&D alignment system, chaotic good type gods tend to view their followers as more along the lines of younger siblings than as servants. Um, Lawful good gods tend to view them as the people they're duty bound to protect, that kind of thing. And of course, lawful evil gods tend to view them as their servants and slaves. But anyway, Hadrit House. If you look at a lot of the Faerunian religions with the different gods, you start to notice that except unless you get far enough away from Faerun, it looks like most of the different gods' religions are varying flavors of Christianity, which makes sense since most of the writers are from a Judeo-Christian background. Okay, Hadrit House again. Am I supposed to go up? Talk to Lady Webb. Where is this Lady Webb? I'd be stealing. These are the Dunreed agents. Oh, we haven't helped them.
Well met, friend.
Okay. We haven't helped her yet. Well, we came here and dealt with the Knights of the Crucible. We helped the Knights of the Crucible. Done read agent, done read agent. Perhaps we can go upstairs. Oh, look.
I'll have this open in no time. As promised.
Experience!
Let's see what's in here. That'll do it.
We're not going to take the money. Either these notes are written in code or the author's handwriting is atrocious. I'm going to actually bet that the writer's handwriting is atrocious. More than a code. If only because I rather hope a code would not be left just sitting in the open. Plus, the more effective codes are not obviously gibberish, from what I understand. Okay. I'm not taking the money. Let's see if we can find this lady. Lady Webb, we'll see you now. Oh, that was easy. Well, she's not a, This woman clutches... She's not a statue. Woman clutches a thick stack of parchment with spindly, wrinkled fingers, their flesh stretched thin to near translucence with extreme age. A gossamer veil over pale blue veins. Ink splotches and candle burns dot and stripe her hands like a quilt patterned after some great indescribable truth. She does not look up from her reading.
So, the messenger conveyed my summons. A miracle that would make the reincarnation of Aethys look like a child's cantrip, surely. It doesn't draw the most inspired minds, messaging. They failed me so many times of late, I nearly sent a cipher after you instead. So this is the Watcher who took over Cad Noir. Oh, don't look so surprised. It isn't an attractive expression. I wouldn't be where I am for long if I let details like that escape me.
Think she saw your little romp in the salty mass, too?
And this fiasco in the sanitarium that you seem to have gotten yourself into the middle of. What in blazes possessed you to stir that nest of trouble?
I'm investigating a strange group.
Strange does not begin to describe them. The practices of the Leaden Key defy all reason. You're not the only one with an interest in their recent activities. I've lost 4 ciphers this year alone trying to get someone inside their ranks. As it is, we only have our suspicions about who is in the group and what they intend, which I suppose means we have much in common with them. I asked you here because I wanted to know what your interest was in all of this. I thought perhaps we might help each other. Why are you looking for the Leaden Key?
Might as well be obvious. Honest. I ran across some man in one of the ruins. It is important that I find him again. She closes her eyes and the lids flicker. Then her face goes still and her mouth parts, little more than a sliver. Her hand briefly drops open, spilling some of her parchment to the ground, the pages wafting around her legs like the leaves of a dying tree. Her fleshy eyelids peel back and her gaze is immediately upon you. I did not lie, but I did not say the entire truth.
The gods are cruel, I'm afraid. The man you seek is Theos Ix Arcanon, Grand Master of the Leaden Key. One of the most elusive and dangerous men Aora has ever known.
How do you know I seek this Theos?
Because you have seen his face, and that makes it a simple matter for me to see it. You even happened to catch him in his ceremonial garb, it seems. It must have been a special occasion.
What can you tell me about Theos?
More than most, though very few would know so much as his name. And
She
there
looked
is
into
no
my
way of
mind.
knowing how much of what I've read is true. The Leaden Key dates back more than 2,000 years. If rumors are to be believed, Theos was the one who created it.
I wonder if she saw the fact that if the me seeing his face that she saw was my past life that thousands of years back.
What scraps of evidence exist suggest that he has died many times, only to be reborn each time exactly the same man, awakened during adolescence with all the knowledge and experience of all his lifetimes. The plots he orchestrates sometimes take hundreds of years to bear fruit. Needless to say, this is not the natural order of things. But he is said to be one of Whittaker's favored, and that old bat was never one to let rules get in the way of favoritism. That may also explain another supposed gift of his. His body is no boundary to his soul, and he is known to take possession of others, if their souls are weak enough. Often it is for elaborate deceptions, but sometimes he simply forces them to kill themselves. He is not known for his generous supply of pity.
We've actually witnessed that. Can we tell her about that?
He is also not one to show himself in any but their most critical matters. If he has directly involved himself in whatever the group plots now, it may be your only chance to find him. And once you do find him, if you can find him, I would not hold my hopes too high if I were you. He is a driven, single-minded man. He will not have the slightest concern for your problems.
Let's see if these other things give me any information.
Keep me informed. The Leaden Key has been busy lately, and that is distressing news. I can only guess as to what they intend. You seem to have a knack for turning the stones they've crawled beneath. Keep turning them. Dunreed Row will not stop you.
Oh, that's refreshing.
Whatever it is they're up to, figuring it out will be of great use to both of us. In your case, it will surely point you to Theos. In return, I will share our knowledge with you as we learn it, and provide you with what assistance I can.
Oh, that's because I'm thinking of her like a detective type, when she's really more FBI CIA. And I could definitely see them saying, "Okay, yeah, poke things around. You're going to be our cat's paw. Keep us informed, and we'll keep you informed, quote unquote." As adverse the police captain who would say, "Stay out of it. Don't get in my way." Very well.
If you find your trail has run cold, come to me with whatever you have. There is much I may be able to do for you.
Ooh, we might be able to tell her stuff.
Well, let's hear it.
I found Theos in the Blackberry Sanitarium, impersonating a patient. He was trying to damage the public's opinion of inanimate.
Forgive me, it is unlike Theos to leave witnesses. He must be furious.
Her eyebrows raised, two painted lines of her barren, slothing skin, her fair forehead a lattice of wrinkles upon wrinkles, the corner of her mouth perks.
He did not aid you as you'd hoped, I take it? Well, take heart. With any luck, when he has finished his business, he will surely come and find you again, if only to kill you while you sleep. This news of yours makes sense, of course. To dabble in animancy is to puzzle over the secrets of the gods. This would not be the Leaden Key's first action against it. But if this is connected to their other activities, we may be in for something on a much larger scale. If we can learn more about their goals and methods, perhaps we can get the palace behind us. With Avar's support, we may be able to put a stop to this.
Ava, do I know that name? This progress is encouraging. I only hope that we are not too late. How do you know so much about Theos?
The same way I come by all my knowledge. Exhaustive research, spying, bribery, perhaps some less savory measures. Whatever the knowledge demands, I pay in full. there is nothing of greater value. Unfortunately, with Theos, there is also nothing more scarce. He has covered his tracks far too well. His manipulations of the course of history are lost to time now, though I believe they were many.
Interesting.
Try your best not to die out there.
Oops. I did not want to end that just yet.
How fares your search?
What else do you know? Talk to Lady Okay. What else is there to know about the Leaden Key?
Precious little, I'm afraid. You may know much of it already. No one member knows the identity of more than a handful of other members. They are kept in the dark of missions they are not involved in, or sometimes of those they are involved in. They exist to hide secrets they themselves don't know, if you can imagine how gullible someone must be for that to appeal. Despite that, they are very good at what they do, owing much to their founder, who will take matters into his own hands when necessary. And he does not fail.
I have other questions.
Yes?
Tell me more about Dunreed Road.
All the things there are to know in this world, and you ask me about work. Deerwood is a rebel country. Conflict is in its blood. If you think a few guards posted in our cities keep chaos at bay, you are very new to town indeed. We are Deerwood's cipher investigators, of course. But what we really are is its last barrier against anarchy. People are more at ease when they believe they are watched over by someone more enlightened than they are. It pacifies them. So that is the image we foster.
So your security theater?
And we do try to be enlightened for their sake. The knowledge we gather here is Deerwood's standing army in many ways. We learn what's vital and we act on it while Deerwood sleeps, blissfully unaware of the terrifying truths all around them. I wish I could tell people the things I know sometimes, but the truth is I don't think many of them could bear it.
How did you come to be
Me? I started this place, in a different time, under a different duke. I impressed the duke with my research and my work ethic, and he became possessed of the notion that I would be ideal to lead a secret network of gifted investigators. I don't know how such an idea got into his head.
I think I know how. She gives a half-hearted gasp and covers her mouth with her fingers. You wicked woman. Where are your manners? Were you raised without a shred of decency? I asked how old she was in case you didn't notice.
I lost count ages ago. Such a strange thing to celebrate, getting closer to death. Oh, I've had my share of work done to prolong my existence, if that's what you're wondering. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not done here. There are things I still wish to learn. And I'll be the effigy if I let Bereth carry me off before I'm through.
I'm getting the feeling that you're going to
There was a time when I considered enlisting the theorems of Pondgrum to extend my life indefinitely. I found the thought of devouring my political enemies to sustain my own life greatly appealing. I must have gone soft with age.
Well, you could always get yourself installed into a artifact like the person in the sanitarium, or my what do you call her? The person that runs my keep.
If you are hoping I can look at your hand and tell you whom you should marry, you can just wipe that notion from your mind. I do not know what will happen tomorrow. That is what I pay spies for. Being a cipher is not unlike being a watcher. You notice more about what is already there. Many can hold an object and know where it's been, or peer into the thoughts of people around them. They can also sometimes affect those thoughts, but that would be unethical, of course.
She cocks a painted
A
eyebrow.
tiny, talented few pick up so much about the world around them, they can get images of things to come, but these are fleeting and unreliable.
You said you don't know what will happen tomorrow.
Who said I was talented? I don't. Least not that I can trust. And with me, it's only ever about one thing anyway.
What's
A
that?
quiet day at home.
Oh, that's actually pretty good. Is there a Lord Webb?
There was.
What happened to him?
He believed in dying with dignity. He was old-fashioned that way, my husband. We saw the world very differently, he and I. But he was good to me while he lasted.
Farewell. This is as close a look at her as I can get. And my timer would have gone off during that, but I stopped it, so I'm going to go to a new video. Talk to you in the next one. Blah 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 blah. Talk to you in the next one. Oh, look at you. You have a health issue. Interesting. See you later.